What's up, everyone? Welcome back to REI Sports Network, where education, sports, and opportunity meets. So this past weekend had Cars and Kicks, the fourth annual Cars and Kicks, Ishmael Wainwright's phenomenal event, amazing time. Our esports program, we were able to gladly sponsor the gaming truck for this event. The first time they had a kids zone, so that was fun. We had a setup. We was giving away little goodies and swag and talking all things esports, all things REI Prep. But what I found was interesting, and this is the usual, right? Everyone wants to know, what is REI Prep? What do we do? Why we do what we do? Where is it? There's all these great questions. And so, you know what I decided today? Instead of having a special guest, I think I'm special enough to be the guest today. So we are going to do 21 questions with Dee. That's me. All right. So let's just start. First question. Oh, look. Actually, hold on real quick. I got like all the little questions and cards, right? Questions. Right? So these are questions that people have been asking. And so I'm not just ripping them off. I'm just, hey, they asked and I'm going to answer. All right. So first question. Okay, seriously? What is REI Prep? Okay, so REI Prep is short for Roadrunners Elite Institute. It is a college prep school, college preparatory. We are a 7th through 12th grade online charter school servicing any student who lives in the state of Arizona. We are Arizona's first and only completely sports-focused school, meaning student athletes, digital athletes, sports careers, industry, any and all things sports, we got you covered. If that's your world, come see us. All right? Next question. Can a student transfer into REI Prep now? And what does that process actually look like? So that's a great question because classes did start August 11th, but we are actively in ongoing enrollment. So it's called rolling enrollment. So what you would need to do, there's a couple things. One, you can go to the website, reiprep.org, and you can schedule a discovery call. Let's have a conversation. Let's see if this is the right fit. Go through the process and the steps. Or you can simply, if you already know this is where you want to be, your student wants to be, click the apply button. You're kind of strategically all over the site. Give us the information, and then I'll connect and reach out to you. I'm going to get you with Premier Prep so we can do the official enrollment and pull you in. Be prepared to get transcripts and any documentation that's needed. This is school, people. This is like real school. But we are real serious about taking you and having you. All right? So that is the transfer process. And yes, you can enroll at any time. The cutoff, though, for the fall semester to start is October 15th. I'm not saying wait till October 15th, but I'm saying you can become a student at any time with REI Prep. It is never too late. All right? Next, let's see. Do you have to play basketball or even be an athlete to attend REI Prep? You do not. Again, completely sports focused. So if you're interested in sports medicine, broadcasting, training, coaching, journalism, nutrition, merch, entrepreneurship, management, any of those type of things. If you just want to be around the sports environment and still be in the online school, you can, right? So again, the classes, you're going to take your core classes. You're going to take what I'll call your sweet 16s. Again, 7 through 12, so middle school and high school curriculum, math, English, sciences, English, all those great things. But then we have a little fun. So we do have electives and CTs that are sports focused. So maybe you just want to take an English class that's centered around sports literature or sports documentary, I can't even think, movies and whatnot. We have that type of stuff. Maybe you want some background on how to be a ref, right? Because even that's an opportunity for our students to actually make money now while they're in school because they can become a certified ref, right? So even a middle schooler can coach like a kindergarten or ref a kindergarten or first grade game and get a couple coins. I'm just saying, pay for your Pokemon card yourself. All right. So, you do not have to play basketball to be an athlete. You can be in any of the other. And then again, esports, right? So if you're a digital athlete, and here's the thing, maybe you play basketball and you play 2K. Like, or maybe you're interested in coaching. So we can also mix it up and address your passion in your plan B. So like Sydney said, what happens when the ball stops dribbling, right? So next, they won't all be long. Some are just real short and sweet. What makes the academics at REI Prep different from just doing online school at home? We specify in sports. I mean, there it is. If you like, love, passionate sports, there it is. It's online, so completely online, but we do have access, if you're locally here in East Valley, to be able to come in person and sit with us. So our training campus is at Baldwin Elite in Tempe. We are there from 9 to 3. So if you want support, in-person support, you can be there. You can come. It is fine. Make arrangements. Let us know that you're dropping in, what you need help with. We have a hub that we're creating in Tucson, so we'll be popping in and assisting there. Not to mention, we do have live teachers in our classes. We have academic advisors. We have academic support. You have principal. So there's a lot of support and in-person, whether it's Zoom or actually physically in-person support. And we're going to have events. We're going to do stuff. Friday field trips and special guests and workshops and seminars. So there's a lot of opportunities to disconnect and to be in person and to grow and still have community and culture, right? So you don't have to just be at home, but technically you can. Next. All right. If academics are online, where do students actually go over the day? So again, Baldwin Elite is our training campus for our student athletes, meaning those who are doing basketball. So if you're playing basketball and you're on one of our competitive teams, again, 7 through 12, then you would come to us Monday through Thursday from 9 to 3. You would have AM academic block, potentially a PM academic block, and it'll swap with your training development and practice. So say you have an AM block, you would be in classes from 9 to 12, whether online or some of our in-person classes. And then you would have your fuel, your lunch, and then you would switch to player development and practicing with your coach, with your trainers, and that's Monday through Thursday. So that's what that looks like. Or again, if you're strictly sports careers, esports, gaming and whatnot, you're at home, or you're at the library, or you're at wherever that environment that you feel that supports you in your online academics career. And also another thing, all of our students, because it is an online program, everyone gets a laptop. If for some reason Wi-Fi is an issue, we have hotspots for you as well that we provide. It is included. Tuition free. Tuition free. That's for the educational portion. All right. Next question. What if I am an athlete but already have my own team, coach, or training program? So that one I like. So we have created a situation where we have club teams who you can still play on your club team. So if you're EBC Elite Basketball Club and you want to play on that club team, but you want to attend REI Prep and play on the competitive high school or middle school team, you can do so. That is fine. If you have your own coach, let's have conversations. We are creative in being able to allow you to be able to still grow, develop, and exceed as an elite athlete. So we can still keep your coach, your training, and all that involved. You can still stay with your club. Like I said, where there's a will, there's a way. We are here to support you and your passion and make sure you get a solid education in the process. All right. Also, we're doing what's called independent athletes. So maybe it's not basketball. Maybe you're a boxer, which we're actually working on having a training partner where we have a combat sport program as well. But maybe it's gymnastics, maybe it's swimming, maybe it's soccer. And it's just something that you're very passionate and you need to be able to train in a different type of environment. So that's where this helps to be able to do so, and you still be able to be with your team and travel and be with your coach and whatnot. Next question. What are the things, like schools, the All-Star Experience, and REI Sports Network doing inside of a school? Making it better? No, seriously though. So we have school. So school is our new 3-on-3 youth league. That's partnered and powered by Junior Grind, which is part of the Grind session. It is for 3rd through 8th grade. We completely believe, as you heard on previous episodes, in 3-on-3 being a great tool for development for a player. It's more intimacy, a lot more direction, a lot more intimate in regards to being able to grow and play. So that's where school comes in, and it's open to the community. So you don't have to be a student in order to participate. That obviously, hello, 3rd through 8th grade, we're 7th through 12th. Then there's the All-Star Experience. So the All-Star Experience is something that we've created with EBC, Elite Basketball Club, to provide a special and fun experience for the East Valley Basketball League. So what we do, they have their season, and throughout the season, we go, we watch, we evaluate, and they're K through 12. So it's cool, and they have girls teams. So we go, we watch, and with the coaches, we select the all-star team. At the end of their season, after championships, we host an all-star experience. So this is media, this is picture day, this is meet your coach, private practices, special uniforms, and this is 5 games. So we have our 3rd, 4th grade girls, 3rd, 4th grade boys, 5th and 6th grade boys, middle school boys, high school boys, and typically we go East versus West, right? We have fun. So that's something that we do because, again, it's part of our living labs, and this gives our active students an opportunity to help run an event, to do media forward coverage, logistics, the whole 9. So it's things like this that we have for those who are interested in sports careers. And then REI Sports Network. Look, y'all, honestly, this is going to be our own version of ESPN. Thank you, ESPN, for leading the way, and others. But this will be a place where we can, one, showcase and play and have highlights. So all the sports and the games that they're playing, they will be on here. They will be replays. Player interviews, storytelling, conversations, as you already have seen, with those who are in the careers of sports. We've had medicine, we've had NIL branding, we've had pro players like Ish Wainwright, we've had his wonderful manager, PR manager, Renee, who gives that aspect and connecting community. We've had talking about esports with Quentin. So, and we have so much more. Sydney, like it's been Sydney Michelle, which is great, who helped with the branding and the concept and the creative direction, digital direction for Unrivaled. Like, these are the things we want our students and our community to have access to. So that's why these things are living inside of a school. All right, so next. My child isn't old enough for REI Prep yet. What's REI Junior and REI E-Junior? So here's what happened. We go around to these events. You guys see it. You experience. You're at tournaments. You're at leagues. You're at practices. And we have resources and support, obviously, for our students. We have support for our parents. But what about their siblings, right? How many times you've seen the kindergartner, the 3rd grader, or those that are running around? They're interested in basketball, too, or they're interested in sports. They love coaching. They love reffing. It's really crazy. They love cheer. They love dance, right? They want to be on camera. They want to help with setup and breakdown. So what we did is we created REI Junior and E-Junior to have a place, not school, not yet. That's not till 7th grade, but to still have a place for K through 6. So we'll have camps and clinics. We'll do some online fun classes and courses that's short and brief. Like even with esports, right? So REI E-Junior, showing sportsmanship, game etiquette, right? How to already start preparing to compete, having conversations about sports, conversations about sports careers and what those options look like already to a 2nd grader, right? So that's why those were created. Next, what is the difference? This is a good one. What's the difference between a student athlete, sports career, and digital athlete? So that question comes up because those are the 3 pathways that we have. So a student athlete is typically going to be our in-person student because they are competing, training, and playing and developing. And they have actual access to coaches and trainers and programs. But again, we are teaching them, what are they first? You're a student. So we're supporting the student on their athletic journey. So again, competing and training, but also how to navigate and how to be the best athlete they can be, how to be D1 ready, D2 ready, how to make sure the grades are on par, all of that great stuff. So there's that support. A sports career. So the difference with sports career, again, this is for the student, and this is not necessarily saying that you're not an athlete, but you are interested in a career in sports. And that can be so many different things. It can be like this, it can be podcasting, right? It can be an editor, it can be journalism, it can be, again, sports medicine, meaning that can be sports psychology, that can be athletic trainer, that can be nutrition, that can be sports performance. And then there's the business side. Maybe you want to own and operate a league and tournament. Maybe you want to have your own facility, general manager, partnership and sponsorship. So there's so many different things and access, and we want to help you and prepare you for that. And then digital athlete. I'm sorry. A lot of people, gaming is a love language, right? That's how we connect, and there's community. So we have digital athlete because, again, they are still an athlete. They compete. They can be pro. There's strategic thinking. There's tournaments. There's scholarships. You can go pro, but then also there's the access in the realm of gaming itself, its world. So tournaments, league, marketing, Twitch, right? YouTube, monetizing, streaming, so many different things. So that's where that comes in. So student athlete, sports careers, and then our digital athletes. Next. So again, gaming and esports can actually be part of the school. Yes, it can. Can you go to school at 7th grade to become a pro gamer? You can learn how to make yourself ready, right? I'm not going to guarantee, you're going to get a pro contract. Nope. That's like me saying guaranteeing you're going to have an NBA contract. Nope. But you will have the skills to do so. You will understand and learn that world. You will learn how to communicate, how to portray yourself, understand how deals go, how to even something as simple as your game handle. It says a lot about you. How to be on camera, how to be off camera, how to get deals, how to get scholarships, how to compete, and again, sportsmanship and communication and professionalism, right? So yes, you can go to school for gaming and esports. All right. Another question. What are the REI specific classes and experiences students get that they wouldn't get out of traditional school? So that's a good question. So one of the first things in regards to the student athlete world around your practices, your classes in regards to basketball IQ, your nutrition, your strength and conditioning. Those fall under CTEs. It falls under physical education. So there's that aspect, right? Again, there's the thing, what I call the living lab. So these are the opportunities for those who are in the sports careers pathway. We have partnerships with Player 15. We have partnerships with pro teams, semi-pro teams, professionals, clothing brands, agents, all these different things. And so you have access to practice, help, and assist, and already start building your resume. Yes, in middle school, you can be certified. You'll have your CPR card. You can have first aid training. 9th, 10th grader could actually be shadowing or assisting, maybe at an ASU basketball game or at a pro game. D1, D2. So these are the type of things that you would have that you may or may not necessarily have at a traditional school. But here's the thing. This is part of our culture. It's what we do. So that's where the difference is in the experiences. And it's not only is it work readiness, it's also having you build a beautiful resume and experience and exposure to it, make you that much more of an applicant that can be accepted into a D1 and D2, because it's not just about your skills on the court, field, pool, or whatever the case may be. It's still who you are as a person and what knowledge you have. So that's what makes us a little different than a traditional school. All right, next question. Oh, see, I love how these are like randomly in order, but they kind of like flowing, right? That's the universe. Um, how are you preparing students for college, not just sports? Again, we are a college prep school. No ifs, ands, buts about it. So one, we are partnered with ASU. So there's up to 75 classes that you can take and receive college credit, starting as early as 7th grade, right? Um, you'll learn about FAFSA, and there's workshops that we'll have set up for not just the student, but for also the parents. So how to apply to colleges, what does eligibility look like, how to find scholarships, because it's not just about your athletic scholarship, right? We are serious about the academics as well. Because here's case in point. So say a school really wants you, like skill wise, you're on point, but they're out of funding for your athletic scholarship. Guess what? If your academics are on point and you can still get into school with that academic scholarship, guess what? You can still get a spot on the roster because now you were able to cover the expense yourself. And it's like, yo, coach, I can play. I'm here. Let's go. Right. So that's where that is. And then just time management. I'm really big on utilizing the resources at your college. It is included in your tuition. These are things that you're paying for. So I say the difference between an A student and a C student is an A student uses the support and the resources before they need to, right? So I want to teach you guys, and we want to show you guys how to be the best student you can be and be successful and still have fun. Like there's still work-life balance. There's a mindset, nutrition, all of that. The freshman 15 is real. Let's try to avoid that, please, and thank you. All right. So, what is the biggest thing you want parents to understand about why you built REI Prep? It's necessary. Today is different. Education is different. COVID showed us that online is real and possible. Here's a funny thing. I was in online education probably for about 10 years before COVID even happened. So it was nothing new to me. I already had been experiencing it in grade school and as college and on the admissions and advising part of it. So online school has been around. I worked for Grantham University, who had been doing distance learning since I think like 1951 or something like that. It's drilled in me, right? So this is not a new concept. But what has happened now is students, before when we played, I'm 50, when we played, our out of town was going to a school that was an hour away. Now these kids are traveling, they're competing, they're going to other states. Like we're looking at grind session, we're looking at going to Myrtle Beach, we're looking at going to Dallas, we're looking at Nevada, California. Like that's the norm. And so what this does, it allows them to still be able to get top-notch education and support while still being able to train and compete. Right? Make sense? And then again, what I also realized while working on the university level and being in education for some decades is that not just the student needs support and resources, but I like to help and support the family, because for some people, this is a whole new world with their student being an athlete, with their student going to college. We still, like first generation college students, is still a thing, right? So being able to have that support for them in the household is very, very important for me in the continued success and support while they're at school. So that's where that comes in. What if my kid loves sports but has no intention of becoming a professional athlete? Sports career pathway, simply put. Just saying. What does a normal day at REI Prep actually look like? So, if they are a student athlete and they're in person, they're going to have their educational block and support in classes and they're logged in. It's no click, click, click. It is knowledge based. You do have to show that you understand what you're learning. Again, it's still math, English, it's sciences, it's history, it's electives. It's again, the structure is your normal traditional structure in regards to there is a principal, there's a guidance counselor, there are teachers, there are office hours, there is homework. But for the online students, the ones who are completely online, tuition free, right? Simply log in and follow your schedule. You do have assignments. You do have a academic calendar and schedule. Student athletes, what that look like. Again, those who are at basketball with us, you'll be at Ball and Elite, 9 to 3, Monday through Friday. Hoops and classwork, food, support, watching over homework, making sure assignments are understood, and that support. Again, we are partnered with other training facilities, so there's different sports, but again, that schedule will loosely look about the same, where it is the academic support structure, and then there's training, and we're trying to have it where this all happens still during the school day. So for some reason, if there's additional life or support you want to do afterwards, by all means, please do so. And then with some that's training, maybe you do the academic piece completely at home, and then you just come into your training site and participate and do it that way. And then you still have your games, your competitions, your tournaments, and so forth, depending on the sport that you're playing. All right. What does NCAA approved coursework actually mean for a student athlete? So first of all, I want to make it very clear. This does not mean that you will be NCAA eligible. Okay, so what it means is the courses that you're taking, the ones that are NCAA approved, which are most of the courses, especially your core courses and most of your electives. What that means is they have been reviewed and approved by the NCAA to meet eligibility and requirements for academic purposes, for scholastic purposes. So this ain't basket weaving. Such a lame excuse all the time, because by now probably basket weaving counts. I don't know. But we're not doing basket weaving. But what I do know is most of our courses are NCAA approved, NAIA approved as well. And they definitely meet all of the graduating standards for the state of Arizona, which is why we are a official online charter school servicing, again, any students 7th through 12th grade for the state of Arizona. Next up, we almost done, people weebles. All right. Why do I call REI Prep a college prep school for sports industry? Because we are the first and only school that completely focuses on sports for your 7th through 12th grader. Point blank, period. Come through. See us. Let's make something happen. Is REI Prep really tuition free? It is, in regards to the educational piece. So if you are just doing the education piece with us, meaning the sports career tracks, even digital athletes, so the esports and gaming, if that's all you're doing, if there's no in-person training and competition going on, yes, it is tuition free. Point blank period. And yes, you still get the laptop, you still get the hotspot if need be. Where there is a fee is with the training fee for those who are competing. What this does, and again, full transparency, this helps support your athletic program. It supports your coaching staff, your gear, travel, tournament fees, all that great stuff. You are competing. You are training. You are getting very specific development and access to competition, exposure, and whatnot. We are wanting to make sure that you get seen and you're recognized for being an elite player. And we're going to do all we can to do so. But yes, tuition free. What kind of support do parents get at REI Prep? That one's one of my favorites. So support can look like anything from feeding your athlete in a house of a family of 5. I don't know. Like, I grew up where I cooked my meal and then I cooked everybody else's meal. What if you can just cook everybody's meal and you were still providing the right meal for your athlete? Because he says it's good. We can all eat, right? This is also support financial literacy. Again, FAFSA assistance, application assistance, scholarship hunting, how to not sabotage your athlete's career. That is a real thing. etiquette for you. I'm sorry, parents. Like, I love you, but we got to be mindful of what we're doing and how we're carrying ourselves and how we are representing our students as well, right? And then it's just, I mean, questions, whatever questions and support that you need and assistance you need. We do have, again, there's staff, there's the guidance counselor, there's trying to figure out where they're going to go to school. We have access to pantries and stuff like that. So there's all these different things that we can do and that we will do to support you. Closed mouth don't get fed. Talk to us and let us know what you need. And if we can support you, we can. There's a lot of community resources and a lot of people that's behind our back, that has our back, which means it has your back. Okay? Okay. We are almost done. All right. What happens with school when an athlete has to travel for games, tournaments, or competition? Again, the whole reason this concept was created is so that they can travel for games, tournaments, and competitions. It's completely online, right? So even the classes where we have in-person classes, and those are the ones that are REI specific, it still has the online aspect of the class as well. So when they travel, I know they travel. Whoever the instructor that we have doing it, we know there's travel in their schedule. So it just jumps online. They can still get assistance. And when they're traveling, there's an athletic academic coordinator who's with them. All right, that still can assist them and support them in their classes, making sure tests are being scheduled. And again, this is the type of environment completely that Premier Prep Online Academy has created for these type of athletes. So we understand travel, competition, and tournaments. We know how to schedule accordingly. The educators, the teachers know how to do the same thing. So we got you so that you can focus on being your best in both. Okay? All right. And then lastly, 5 years from now, what do you want RE Prep to become? Excellence. A place where students thrive to be their best, where they can compete on a high level, where they're definitely getting access to D1s, D2s, but when they're getting there, they're being successful and they're comfortable and they know how to exist in an academic world. I want them graduating with honors. I want them, and if they're not, look here, let's not have that type of pressure, but I want them to be ready to be able to be successful in school, to be able to have a career, to pay it forward. They're going to be leaders. It's just, that's the environment. I definitely would love to have a footprint over the whole state of Arizona. 5 years, I'll be honest, we will be in other states and we probably will be international. You've heard it here. I'm not playing with this. This is fun. This is excellence. It can happen, right? They go to school to be auto mechanic, to do HVAC, to do dental hygienist. Why can't you go to school to be a journalist? Why can't you go to school to be an author? Why can't you go to school and already understand the life, how to be a ref? I have friends who were athletes who ref to get them through college, right? And have a better understanding and awareness of the game. But at the end of the day, one of the things that I see that's happening in the big shift is even in corporate America or in the corporate world or the business world, they're hiring competitive athletes because they know their discipline, they understand how to work under pressure, they understand time management, they're professional. So at the end of the day, I want you to be that person. And that's where I see our students being that in 5 years, because we're 7 through 12, right? So 5 years, my 7th graders should still be with me, right? But my 11th and 12th graders have gone on, and one, they're in college and been successful. Maybe, we're one of the schools where we do get NBA drafts, or they're overseas, or they're owning their own businesses and they're taking off and they're bringing other people. I don't know. For 5 years, I see success. thank you. Thank you for coming along this journey. I appreciate all the support from everyone in the community and around us. To our future road runners, I'm excited to have you guys. To the families, I'm excited to have you guys. You know what I'm saying? Just welcome to the run and let's make this happen. All right. Have a great day, night, evening, all that stuff. And we'll see you soon. Bye, you guys.